Hello everyone, this is Istani, and as usual, let's first check the return of the previous package that I have introduced 2 weeks ago, and then let's see the new package for the next 2 weeks. Let me start this video with this famous statement that 95% of the people they lose money in the trading, and only 5% at the end they manage to earn money from trading. The reason is that trading needs an emotionless discipline, which is difficult for human to achieve. And that's why I have chosen machine trading. In this strategy, I use a code which is equipped with different technical analysis to select a package of 8 or 15 stocks for a duration of 2 weeks. And at the end of these 2 weeks, I sell the previous package and buy a new package. And then bi-weekly, I post a new video to check the return of the previous package and also to introduce the new package. Let's first check the return of the previous packages, and then I will show the new package for the next 2 weeks. First, I will show the return of 5 stocks strategy and then 8 stocks strategy. This is the 5 stocks package that I have shown in the previous videos. These are the stocks in this package and the buying price, meaning that the price at Friday afternoon after market closing. And these are the normalized price changes for each stocks, 60 days price changes. As I have explained in the previous video, this is a package has been selected for a passive bi-weekly trading, meaning that during these 2 weeks you don't need to do anything, and only at the end of each 2 weeks you need to sell the previous package and buy a new package. And then with this method, we select the stocks which are suitable for such a method, meaning that bi-weekly passive investment or trading. And as I have explained again in the previous video, what I do on Monday after market opening, I replace one by one the previous package with the new package. I don't sell the whole package and buy a new package because to avoid being out of the market for some hours on Monday. Here is the return of the previous package. As you see, the returns of each individual stocks in this package are changing between 12% and minus 1.6%. And here you can see the price changes during the last 2 weeks, which has been shown after these 60 days. And the average of the previous package for 5 stocks strategy was 3.6%. And for 4 stocks strategy means the first 4 stocks, as I have explained in the previous video, is 4.8%. As expected, as you see, the return of 4 stocks strategy is more than 5 stocks. However, as I have explained in the previous video, the risk of 4 stocks also will be higher than 5 stocks. And compared to the market, for example, S&P 500, both strategy are in a much better than the returns are much better than the market at the end. From this video onward, I will not report any more 4 stocks. I will continue with I will not report any more 5 stocks strategy. I will continue only with 4 stocks and 8 stocks strategy. Before checking the return of 8 stocks strategy, let's add the previous package to our return since the beginning of the year 2022. As you can see, as usual, you can see here the accumulative return since the beginning of 2022 with this last package for 4 stocks strategy reached something around 54%. And again, as usual, you can read the accumulative on the right axis together with this orange curve, and the return of each individual package you can read on the left axis together with these bars. As you see, this year the maximum was 13% and the minimum was something around 6%, and the accumulative 54%. And here you can see the return of the 8 stocks strategy. As you see, the returns are changing between, again, 12% and close to 5%. The average of the 8 stocks strategy then with this reach something around 2.1% of this package. And here you can see the price changes after 60 days during the last 2 weeks. And compared to the market, for example, S&P 500, as you see, the return of 8 stock strategy was more or less the same level as market. Now, if we add the return of the previous package to our return since the beginning of 2022 for 8 stock strategy, as you see, we end up something close to 17%. As you have seen, the return of the previous package was 2% that you can read on the left axis, and the return of the accumulative return you can read again on the right together with this orange curve. And as you see, then the return is less than for stock strategy. However, the risk also is lower. Before checking the new package for the next 2 weeks, let's have a look on the market forecast for the next coming weeks. And then we will see the new package. As usual, here you can see the market forecast for 4 different indexes: S&P, Jones, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. And now this orange curve shows the price forecast for the next coming weeks. And this blue curve shows the price changes during the last 1000 days. Let's now focus on this last part. And here you can see a zoom in on the last part of the price changes. As usual, this blue curve show the price changes during the last 2 weeks, 15 days, and the orange curve show the price changes during the next 5 days, means the next week, for 4 different indexes. As you can see, we expect a small uptrend for the coming week for most of them, including also S&P and Jones and also Nasdaq. Nasdaq, we expect small correction maybe by the end of the week. And now let's check the new package for the next 2 weeks. I will first show the 4 stocks package and then 8 stocks package. As usual, here you can see the 4 stocks package for the next 2 weeks, which has been selected with this machine learning and technical analysis tool. These are the tickers, and the buying price means the price on Friday afternoon at market close price. And here you can see then for each stocks the price changes during the last 60 days. And this is now the package, the 8 stocks package which has been selected for the next 2 weeks. Again, here you can see the tickers, and the buying price means that the price at Friday afternoon after market close. And as I have explained in the previous video, since I buy the new package on Monday, the price could be slightly different. On Monday, I will one by one replace the previous package with the new package, and I will not sell the whole package because to avoid being out of the market for some hours. And then, as usual, the next video I will post in 2 weeks, and we will see together then the return of this package. Let's hope for the best, and then talk to you in the next video, meaning that in the next 2 weeks. In the rest of this video, I will go through the return of this method since the beginning of 2017 for those who has not watched the previous video. As I have explained in the previous video, in this strategy and method, I used a code which is equipped with different technical analysis and machine learning techniques to select a package of 8 stocks for a duration of 2 weeks. And at the end of each 2 weeks, I sell the previous package and buy a new package. And I post bi-weekly then a video to show the new package and also to analyze the previous package. Here you can see the return of this method since the beginning of 2017 for 5 stocks strategy. And as you see at the end of this November 2022, we reach something around more than 900%. And as usual, you can read the cumulative on the right axis together with the orange curves and the return of each individual package on the left axis together with the bar. In the next slides, I will go through the return of each year separately uh, for those who are interested to know more about the return in each individual year. Starting with 2021, as you see here, the return of this method in 2021, and as you know, this year was a very good year for trading. And as you see, the return of this method at the end of the year slightly exceed 100%. And the minimum happened in November, and which was close to -3%, and the maximum happening in the end of January was more than 11%. 2020, as you know, at the beginning we had a drop in the market due to the pandemic. However, during the rest of the year, this has been recovered, and at the end of the year, it was not an bad year for trading. At the end of the year, as you see, the return of this method reached something around 40%, and the minimum happened, which happened in March, was minus 25%, and the maximum was plus 15%. 2019, the return of this method, as you see, reached something around 67%. And as you see, the maximum was something around 6%, which happened in June, and the minimum return also was close to minus 6%, which happened in the May. As you know, 2018 was not an ideal year for trading. However, as you see at the end of the year, the return of this method was positive and reached something close to 12%. The minimum was something close to minus 8%, which happened in March, and the maximum was close to 7%, and it happened in May. And finally, here you can see the return of this method in 2017. As you see, the return at the end of the year reached something around 45%, and the minimum happened in sometime in April, and it was close to 2.5%, and the maximum happened in again end of April, and it was more than 6%. Then with this slide, we'll finish the return of this method since the beginning of 2017.